So, it was Gabrielle's birthday this past weekend, and I always do it up for her birthday because she deserves it. I like doing stuff for her. So, every year I do kind of a theme. This year I wanted to kind of plan a trip with her. So, usually I surprise her with stuff, but this year I kind of told her in advance I wanted to take her to New York City. Um, and that way she was kind of able to prepare and plan with me. One of Gabrielle's heroes is Drew Barrymore. Drew has turned a whole lot of coal in her life into diamonds through sheer force of will. She hasn't let the world change her. She's got such a great outlook on the world and life, and just a really positive person that likes to make other people's lives better. So, my idea was I wanted to get tickets onto the Drew Barrymore show. Um, and I was actually successful in getting those. So I got tickets onto the show to be in the audience for the 30th, which was yesterday. No, 2 days ago. Yesterday? Oh, right. It's 1 o'clock. So yeah, 2 days ago now. Tuesday. Um, and we went for the 2 o'clock taping. Um, and we it was really great. We had a really great time. The show was really cool. It was kind of like for Gabrielle, she could not believe that we were there, right? Like that Drew Barrymore was in the same room as us. The guests, we didn't know who they were going to be ahead of time. We didn't find out till we were on the set, where it was Gene Smart and Justin Hartley. Uh, you might recognize both of them. Jean Smart has been in a lot of stuff. She's been acting for a really long time. Justin Hartley, you might recognize from This Is Us or Smallville. He was in those. He's got a new show right now called Tracker or something like that, which he talked about some. But yeah, they were both cool. But we were really there to see Drew, but they were good interactions as well. Um, There was a game that was played with Justin and Drew where they tried to figure out something, and the audience won $120 worth of candy. So since Gabrielle and I are both there, that's $240 of candy. So we'll be getting that delivered to us. Um, and then I'm probably going to take that all into work because that's way too much candy for just the two of us. um, and that was really kind of enough, right? Like for Gabrielle to be in the same room as her hero and just kind of see the show and really enjoy it was really magical. And Drew is a really kind person. She likes to interact with her audience and fans, so she talks to the group of us between segments and then at the end. Um, so while we were, so the filming was actually for two separate shows. So we'll be appearing in some capacity on the May 7th and May 9th shows. Um, so tune in on that. It's on CBS, and it also streams the day after. So you'll see us potentially in the background then. But just before she was filming her last segment, Gabrielle, too much. That's Critter Talk. What did I say? Too much candy. It's a lot of candy. It's a lot of candy. $120 worth of candy. It's $240 worth of candy. Yeah. So, uh, just to put it in perspective, Gabrielle's mother-in-law gave me for Christmas one year like 20 packs of Nerds, and I got done like five of them in before they expired. So it's yeah. I don't want to get diabetes or asthmas. um, so anyway, at the end of the just close to the end of the show, she did one more final segment, and before the final segment, Gabrielle just kind of in the moment was just like so thankful that she was there, that she was having such a great time that we like kind of looked at each other and she gave me a smooch. And Drew Barrymore saw us kiss, and she she like stopped getting ready for the segment to say, "I saw you two smooch over there. I could tell that you're both a couple. I love that. That was really great. I just wanted to call that out." So Gabrielle was like over the moon, right? Like she couldn't believe that Drew had seen her and uh, had like recognized that moment that was really just between the two of us, but like Drew caught it and mentioned it. So then she does the segment, and we're like, that was enough. That was really great. Um, but after she was done the segment, she interacted with the audience. Before she did anything else, she came right back to us. And she's like, "So now that we're done the show, I want to circle back to that smooch that you two had." And she starts asking Gabrielle about who she is and who I am and about us. And like she's only interacted with like one or two other people in the entire taping of the show in the audience. So like at this point she's doubling the amount of people she talked to in the audience, and we represent two of those, so half the people that she talked to were us at this point. She only talked to one other person after us, so five out of five total, it was two of us. It was crazy. So like Gabrielle is like saying what her name is. She's like, "And this is my husband, Joshua." And she's like, "Your husband?" And she was like really excited. She didn't realize, I guess, at first that we were married, because she probably had the impression we were like a new couple or something, because we were, kissing in her show. Um, Not that we, like, it was just a smooch, right? It was just a peck. And she called it a smooch, so that's what I'm calling it from now on. Um, And yeah, like Gabrielle's like freaking out because Drew Barrymore is talking to us, and like um she like starts telling her that Drew's her hero, and she's been a fan of her for 30 years, and Drew is like really touched by this and comes up the stairs into the audience and sits down next to Gabrielle and gives her a hug and holds her hand and is talking to her, and then asks me to tell them what the secret is for us that we've been together 12 years, because she hasn't had a lasting relationship and things like that. It was just amazing. Like I'm put on the spot. Like Drew Barrymore's asking me for advice on like being in a relationship. Like what is this? What is life? And I kind of, while she's talking to Gabrielle, I kind of come up with what I want to say. I have a microphone in my hand, and um, I say that some secrets are to listen, to not be afraid to feel, and to love. And I really feel like that's like I had so much more that I could have said, but I couldn't really think of it, because like I don't know if you've ever encountered this, but like in a social situation, your mind isn't able to keep up. You're just kind of like, that was all I could kind of come up with in the moment. Like I've spent the entire last 2 days kind of like thinking about what I could have said, right? But Gabrielle said I did like perfectly, that it was perfect. Yeah, I mean, Drew's been acting for that long and more, right? She's been in the business 50 years, so there is that. Um, yeah, and I mean, like, it wasn't stage fright. It's more of, I was just like in the moment, like I couldn't believe it was happening. And she like spent 10, 15 minutes talking to us, and like it was crazy. Um, and like this was my gift to Gabrielle, was to get her in the room with her hero. And on Gabrielle's own, she had her hero not only notice her, but like want to know more about her, just because she was in that moment unafraid to be herself and show what she was feeling in that moment. And I thought that was truly remarkable and like one of those core memories, right? Like, um, she told Drew that she had written her a letter, and Drew's like, I really want to read this letter, so hopefully. I think E.T. was her first role, right? Or was Poltergeist before that? Brambles. But like, it couldn't have gone better. It, it went better than I could have ever imagined. It was beyond our wildest dreams. Um, Gabrielle was crying. I started crying. Because it was just like it, it's just magical, right? Like Drew, just a testament to Drew. She knows how to treat her fans, and like one of the things that she does to end to all of her shows is this show is for you, so take it with you. Um, and she really thanked us for our time, the whole audience for our time coming to see her, and it was just amazing. Just really great. We want to go again. I'd love to like write kind of something that kind of explains what I really wanted to say in that moment, but couldn't because I couldn't think clearly um, about like what I really feel is under the hood of Gabrielle and I's relationship, why we work, what we do. And hopefully Drew might read that someday, but I don't have any hope that she will. But you know, you gotta get it out while you can. So um, we had a few other plans to do in New York City with the cats. We didn't do as much of them, or because we were just emotionally exhausted after being with Drew. We ate in the hotel room instead of going out to eat that night. But like, yeah, exactly. You miss 100% of shots you don't take for sure. So yeah, I will definitely be writing something. Gabrielle has her letter to send, and probably will be writing an entry on this. But yeah, it went perfectly. Oh yeah, that rough date night. That didn't go so well. We tried to go out to dinner in the city on a weeknight. No, never again. Traffic was a mess. We were hangry. It was great. It was not great. Excuse me. We're gonna try and make that up this week though because we're both off. But anyway, New York City. We stayed in a hotel called One Hotel off of Central Park. Beautiful hotel. Had some issues with the heating or the air conditioning the first night, but it was like a very eco-centric hotel. Really invested in reuse and recycling. A little expensive, so I don't think we'll go there next time. But we really enjoyed it. It was our first hotel, that was like a luxury hotel, but um, luxury stuff. It wasn't really at what we were expecting in terms of a luxury hotel. Like there was just a lot of stuff that wasn't part of the package. Like you know how you usually get like breakfast with hotels and things like that. Um, yeah, but yeah. So Breyer says, other than her anti-union snafu last year, Drew Barrymore seems like a warm and wholesome person. Yeah, yeah. So I mean, nobody's perfect, right? And we all have snafus. I step in things all the time that I don't mean to or don't want to. But I think overall, Drew is absolutely a warm and wholesome person, and she definitely is trying to put good out into the world. And there, frankly, needs to be more of that out there. And hopefully, this continues to inspire people. It certainly has inspired us. I'd love to go see her again. And who knows what this can do, but like Gabrielle is definitely really inspired, and that's always great. Um, the theme for her birthday this year was New York. I got her Only Murders in the Building themed cupcakes. And we actually saw the Only Murders building. If you've ever seen Only Murders in the Building, the TV show, it's on Hulu. It's great. Really love it. Um, we went and took some pictures outside of that building. We wanted to go to a few other places, but we just didn't have enough time. We came in one night, stayed a full day, and then left the next day. So we had 2 nights, so it was really only one full day. So we're planning on going back on train and maybe not stay in the city, but like have the travel taken care of for us and not bring the pets, and maybe we'll be able to do more. I have never seen a Broadway show, so I definitely wanted to do that. We didn't get to. Hopefully, next time we will. We didn't get to go to Times Square either, which we definitely wanted to do, so we're going to hit that with Broadway next time. But yeah, it was. I still can't believe that happened. We would have been happy just, being there and getting to experience the show, but seeing actors and actresses that we knew, and actually getting an interaction with Drew was more than I could have ever hoped for. So, really cool. We got so lucky. I feel so blessed by that. So, yeah. So that's my story for our trip. I'm sure I left out details, but that's kind of the gist of it, I think. Yeah.